Guys, it is not an hour later. It's about a day later. I forgot to record after because I was still editing my last video. If you haven't checked it out, go check it out, please. So yeah, today we're gonna be talking about the first half of my list of matches that there is for WrestleMania. I'm not going by night because I do not have everything in order, so I don't know which match is for the second night and which match is for tonight. So yeah. First match, Ronda Rousey versus Charlotte Flair for the Smackdown Women's Championship. In my opinion, it should have happened back in 2019 when the feud was happening, because this feud just feels like a continuation from WrestleMania 35. So it's just like, I don't know, it just doesn't sit right with me. But you know, storylines are just weird. So it's no lie that Ronda's gonna win because it's Ronda. I mean, I literally said that the team of Ronda and Naomi would win at Elimination Chamber, and they did. They did. So it's Ronda. She's gonna win, and it's, I mean, it'll be cool, but then people are gonna get tired over it, about it over time. So yeah, she's definitely gonna win. It's not even like predictable. It's just like, you know, she's gonna win. So, but who knows? I don't know. Next match, Becky Lynch versus Bianca Belair for the Raw Women's Championship. This one's a bit hard. I'll admit that. It's a tiny bit, like, difficult to know because they're both very strong. They're both, like, talented. But, what, like, I want Bianca to win. I think she will win. I mean, if you didn't see her match with Becky, I think it was on, I believe it was on Raw. I don't remember. I believe it was on Raw when she smacked the shit out of her with the braid. I think she'll pull it again. I think she'll do that again. It'll be pretty funny. But, I don't know. Maybe Becky's gonna cheat her way, to winning. Like she did with Lita. But I don't know. I always say I don't know. I always say I don't know because it's like, these are predictions. You know, like, you never know if you're going to, like, predict right. So, I'm so sorry for that. But, yeah. I mean, I want Bianca to win, but maybe Becky's going to do the same shit she did with her match with Lita and cheat her way through winning. And, it's just going to be really shit. And I'm personally very tired of seeing Becky as champion all the damn time. Just because, like, she's always champion. So it's like, just give someone else the chance, you know? And then we could probably get a better storyline than whatever the fuck is going on, because I cannot grasp the concept of what's happening. Next up, we got The Miz and Logan Paul versus the Mysterios. My opinion, I do not know why Logan is there. I do not remember when he started working with WWE. But, I feel like The Miz should have a better partner. Cody. I'm just saying, I'm marking it a little bit. Which I might be talking about Cody later on. Maybe, I think, next video. I have to check my list. But I personally want the Mysterios to win, but it's the fact that is Miz and Logan Paul. I mean, Miz has cheated his way through victories multiple times before, and he's probably gonna do that, especially with Logan Paul. Now, with Logan Paul, is like, he's not, like, he did wrestling in high school, of course, but he also does boxing. So, maybe he's gonna box his way through, through a victory. And UFC. I forgot he does UFC. So, but it's, like, really weird. I don't know, like, they always bring in random UFC fighters and then expect us to think the other team's gonna win, when if you're gonna bring in a UFC fighter, we already know who's gonna win. Because they're a UFC fighter. UFC is more, like, aggressive than wrestling. And that's probably just me, like, being a mark at the moment. But it's like, what's the point? What's the point of bringing, like, a UFC fighter into a wrestling company to fight against a superstar when you already know that the UFC fighter is going to win? I mean, every match that Brock has, predictable as fuck. You already know Brock is going to win. Every match with Ronda Rousey, everyone knows Ronda's probably going to win. It's really not that hard. So, the fact that they put Logan with Miz, we already know who's going to win. Because, you know, Logan works within UFC. But, maybe, that won't happen and the Mysterios do win. Because it's like, with my opinion is, with the mixture of Dominic and Ray, how Ray is more high flying, he's all over the fucking place. Dominic is kind of the same, but at the same time, he's more bigger and built. Maybe he and his dad have a opportunity, or a chance, a chance to win. Just because the way they wrestle, it's like, it's a good mixture. While you have Miz and Logan, who, Logan's literally just a UFC fighter, and then Miz is just, he doesn't even do high flying moves. He's just like on his feet all the time. But I don't know. I want Mysterios to win, but it's most likely going to be Miz and Logan. Like I said, Logan works within UFC. Every UFC fighter that has ever stepped foot into that WWE ring has won a match because it's predictable as fuck. Next up, you got Drew McIntyre versus Happy Corbin. So I have a lot of things to say about this match. Not negative things, it's more so like what I think is going to happen. I feel like Drew's going to win. He's definitely going to win. And then, over that win, Corbin's going to turn heel on Madcap. And then they're probably going to have a feud with each other. I think that's going to happen. I feel like it's a match to make Corbin turn heel. I mean, if you haven't been paying attention to how Corbin has been acting towards Madcap, you can tell that there's a heel turn coming, but you don't know when. I mean, he's been like the beginning, they were like fine, they were like best friends, and now it's like over time is like Corbin, you can tell he's about to snap on Madcap. So I feel like if he loses this match, that's going to be his heel turn. It's going to be like boom, and he beats the shit out of Madcap over it, either backstage or on Smackdown next week. So yeah, I think Drew's going to win, and then Corbin's going to turn heel afterwards. Because it's like, if that finishes off their storyline, then it's going to give Corbin another storyline with Madcap, and then they're going to have a feud. It's like, I mean, technically, I think they're already heel, but I think it's going to make, like, Corbin be heel with his own character, instead of, like, a tag team, just with his own character. He's probably going to have a gimmick change. Hopefully. I don't know what the fuck this happy bullshit is, honestly. Next up is the Usos versus Rick Boogs and Shinsuke Nakamura for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. It's gonna be a little bit hard because both teams are very good at wrestling. They are very talented. And like I said with Solo Sikoa, the Usos are from the same family. They're literally Solo Sikoa's brothers. So, you know, they've been around wrestling for years. Like, even as, like, just kids, it's just their family. So, they definitely have more, like, a lot of experience just by watching. And I feel like they might win. But, considering the fact that Shinsuke lost the Intercontinental Championship, like, not too long ago, I feel like this would be a good opportunity to give Shinsuke another title run. Especially with Rick Boogs. I haven't been paying much attention to wrestling since, 2020. At the peak of the pandemic, because of the fact that, like, I like when there's a crowd, so I just kind of stopped watching because there's no crowd, and plus it was, like, a little bit awkward, in my opinion, how they're doing, like, cutting promos in, like, an empty arena. It just feels really weird. So, yeah, I don't know much about Rick. I mean, I've seen a few of his matches not too long ago. He's pretty good. He is very talented. I feel like he could have a better run as a singles competitor. I'm so sorry for fixing my hair, but I feel like he would have a better run as a singles competitor rather than a tag team with Shinsuke. But I mean, both of them are really good. They have really great chemistry, and I feel like them having a title run would be like, I guess it should be really good for them. But I feel like it's also like how I said with like Happy Corbin and Madcap. I feel like if they lose it, one of them is going to turn heel on the other, and then they're going to have a storyline with each other. Because that's how WWE is. They'll always like make someone lose a title and then have a heel run afterwards and have a feud with like either their tag team partner or just like a random person. So I think I feel like the Usos might actually just be like written down to win, but I want Rick Boogs and Nakamura to win just because they are very talented and they deserve a title run as a tag team since they are like, everyone loves them. Everyone loves them. So I feel like if they have a title run, it'd be perfect. They deserve a title run, honestly. Next up, Kevin Owens and Stone Cold Steve Austin on the KO show. I personally do not know when the match is going to start. I just know it's promoted as the KO show. But I feel like it's going to be like how they did with Lita and Becky. It's going to be like a feud that's just boiling up. Right? Especially with considering the fact that this feud is quite literally just last minute. But I feel like it's going to be like the same with like Lita and Becky, whereas like the feud is boiling up a little bit like last minute. They fight and then the legend loses. Like it's going to be just a squash match. So everyone knows that Kevin Owens is going to win, but who knows? Maybe Stone Cold might win his final ever match. I think this is like his he said he has like one more can of whoop ass, so I think this might be his last ever match. Then he can enjoy retirement. But maybe he might win, but I don't know. I think it's like written down for Kevin to win anyways. They always do that with legends where they have a current person on the roster fight a legend and then the legend loses and it'd be like their final ever match and it's quite shit. But that's how it is. That's how they are and it's kind of annoying. But I want Stone Cold to win, but it's probably not gonna win. And it sucks ass. But yeah. I don't know what else to say. I guess it's just like I feel like it's written down for Kevin to win. So last match that I'm going to be talking about is Bobby Lashley versus Omos. My opinion, this was very last minute written down. Because Omos just put an open challenge and then Bobby Lashley accepted. There's like no built up storyline for this match to even happen. And it's kind of weird. But maybe after this there will be a storyline afterwards. Who knows? But we already know Omos is going to win. I mean, that motherfucker has gone through every fucking match that he has ever fought in and won. So, but I feel like it's not going to go, like, quick. I feel like it's going to take, like, it's going to be, like, a lot of time. It's going to take up a shit ton of time. I personally think that it's going to be, like, not too long, but it's not too short. Like, a good match between the both of them. Even if there's not a storyline to go with it, I feel like it's going to be a really good match. Because, like, it's two strong men. Especially one of them is, like, a foot taller than the other. And, yeah, it's going to be a good match. I don't believe it'll be, like, a squash match. But it's definitely going to be, like, a really good match. But we already know that Omos is going to win. Because it's like, no matter what, every match that Omos has ever been in, he has won. Because that motherfucker is tall. He is like, I don't want to sound like weird about, but he's like kind of like how when Shaq had his run in WWE, kind of like the modern day Shaq. I don't know. I don't want to sound like weird about it, but that's how I personally feel. But yeah, no, it's definitely going to be a good one. I feel like it's going to be like a classic, most likely. Some people might not consider it a classic. I personally might consider it one, because I know it's going to be a good. I know it's going to be a good fight. Because it's like, it's two talented, huge men in the ring going against each other. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it for the first half of the WrestleMania matches. Like I said, they're not in order, so I'm not going to go by night. I'm just going to go by like whatever I have on my list. So if you enjoyed, you can leave a like, you can subscribe, I do not care. If you haven't already, go watch my previous video on NXT Stand and Deliver, which will be streaming in a few hours for me at 1 p.m. So yeah, thanks.